Hey all you hotties out there in Horrorland, it's Dan from Boys, Bears, and Scares. So tonight I got to get this video done pretty quick because my hubby's away and he's going to call and then the phone's going to ring. It's going to be really annoying and he'll be mad if I don't answer it. So what I'm saying is, my husband's not home, come over. We'll, watch horror movies. So anyway, let's get this done. I'm doing another director tonight I want to talk about, and well, first of all, it just so happens, look, those are two of my books on the computer monitor over there. So that's my book Combustion, which is out now, and this is No Place for Little Ones, which is coming out in November. So just in time for Halloween, you can read some of my books. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about one Devin Hamilton. Devin Hamilton, I don't know much about him. He's a director who did he did a trio of horror movies, and then he did a gay film just a couple years ago called Shut Up and Kiss Me, and I don't know much about him. I don't assume that he's gay. I mean, he made a gay film, and the reason I'm talking about these horror films is because they're really low budget horror films, but they're loaded with naked men. Woohoo! So, I'm going to go through each one of them, and then we'll sum it up after that. I mean, you decide. Devin Hamilton, I don't know what his deal is. I wish he would make more horror movies. So, we're going to start with his first one. These are like from like 2002, 2003. So, the first one is called Birthright. Now, Birthright, the thing about Devin Hamilton is that he has this guy right here, Danny Wolski. I think it's pronounced Danny Wolski. I'd rather call him Danny Wolfski. So this right here is Danny. This picture's a little blurry, but that's Danny. I'm gonna post a blog about these movies, about Devin Hamilton and his movies, so you can look at the blog because I got pictures of Danny with more stuff hanging out. Everything hanging out. I can't put them on Boys, Bears, and Scares, so I'm gonna put them on my own website. So Danny is in Birthright. And Birthright is like my least favorite of his films because this one is it kind of takes itself really seriously, and it has opportunity to be kind of campy, but it's not. But the really good thing about this one, so it's about a girl who she was part of a satanic cult. Her parents were, and she's saved from them, and then years later, Danny Wolski comes. I want to say Wolski every time. So he comes, and he's a magic figure from that era of her life, and he comes to tell her that she can be a witch. She's 18 now. So that's the bottom line. He keeps coming to her and telling her she's going to be a witch. She starts to use her evil powers. She starts to screw up teenage kids. So, it kind of gets a little slasherish, but with magic powers. She, blows people up and sucks them down toilet bowls and stuff. So, it's a low-budget film. But the greatest thing about this one is, the sad thing about this one is Danny doesn't get naked that much. You see, a glimpse of him, but I'll talk about another film where he does. But the good thing about this one is that it has this cutie in it. That's Kyle Lupo. Remember that name. He's friggin' adorable. Now, the thing about Kyle is Kyle was also in the movie Camp Slaughter. Camp Slaughter is not a Devin Hamilton film. It's Alex Pucci. But I always talk about this one because it's one of my favorites. It's on my 80s summer camp slashers. It's a movie that takes place in the 80s, so it's on my 80s summer camp slashers video if you want to go look at that. But so Kyle is in that one as well. Kyle is so cute, and in Birthright he gets completely naked. He covers his junk with his hands, but he's pretty naked and he's a cutie. So that's Birthright. So then Devin Hamilton's next movie is Bleed. So Bleed is your typical takeoff on slasher films, that came out after the Scream era. And the opening of Bleed has a guy dressed in drag. He's supposed to be straight coming from a party, but he's dressed in drag and he gets killed. The opening sequence is probably the best kill in the whole movie. Very suspenseful. So he kills the drag queen, then he goes after Julie Strain. Julie Strain, strain of venereal disease. She's the sex goddess B-movie vixen. So Julie gets killed too in the beginning, and then it turns into a love story between Danny and Debbie Rochon. She's a big B-movie queen, and she's awesome in this. It's a little. It doesn't have this. There's a lot of weird dialogue, between the characters, but it has the best pool party ever. Guys, butts, these muscle butts everywhere. I can't believe it. It's delicious. So that's Bleed. It has a really, really bizarre twist. So that's Bleed. You got to see that one. That one's a goodie. And then finally, moving on to the last one, we have Delta Delta Die. Now, well, the reason I say that is because, well, there's something very funny about Delta Delta Die. So this one is, you know, Bleed is, I think, my favorite of Devin Hamilton's movies. It's a slasher. Delta Delta Die is the really, really over-the-top, gory, sexy, campy one. It's about a sorority house of girls who slice up cute guys and sell them in pies at bake sales. So that's pretty much the plot of it. Julie Strain is again in this one, and she's awesome as the house mother. Tiffany Shepis is in it. She has a small part in it. She's one of the sorority girls. She does a little naked groovy dance. So Tiffany's in it. And then the other one is Brink Stevens. Brink Stevens plays the enemy of Julie Strain. So Brink, you know, at the end, so Brink wants to stop all this stuff that's going on in the sorority house, right? So at the end, she totally rules this whole movie. So every time Brink comes up to a sorority sister because she wants to get her, she goes, "Delta Delta Die, bitch!" And then she goes like this, and it is so friggin' funny. So that one, it's total camp. I mean, Delta Delta Die, total camp. I don't know what else I can say about this. You just have to say, well, I can say that there's tons of naked guys in this. Tons of them. One guy even has a nipple ring. And of course, you know, Julie Strain, she gets naked. She got big bazoongas, and she has them hanging out a lot. They're bigger than mine, but I think proportionately, my areolas are probably bigger than hers. But anyway, so Delta Delta Die is a lot of fun. That's a B-horror movie. Oh, and the other great part of it is that the sorority sisters' pledge about eating men is that you can't eat penis because they have germs and sperm. So think about that one. That's Devin Hamilton's horror movie. So you decide, what's Devin Hamilton's deal? Later, guys.